got to let it go.
Welcome back. So it has been a while since I filmed a video. I think it has been almost 2 weeks, which is crazy, but in the meantime I got my haircut. It's a little bit shorter than what it used to be and I really needed a haircut, so I'm so happy it's a little bit shorter. It feels more healthy and I really like it. But anyways, for today's video I have a drugstore like haul and also try on. So I'm going to share with you guys everything I picked up recently at the drugstore, and then I'm also going to apply it on my face, give you guys my first impressions, opinions, and just play around with affordable makeup. I have a lot of drugstore makeup. I also have a little bit by Colourpop, which I know technically isn't drugstore, but it is still very affordable, so I thought I would include it in today's video. But before getting into today's video, if you're new to my channel, then I would love it if you would subscribe. It would help me out a lot. The button is right down below. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my videos, definitely hit that notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I post a video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into this drugstore try-on haul. So for today's video, I want to do something a little bit different and start off with a sheet mask. I normally never start off my tutorials with masks, but I have one to try right here that I got from Action, and I thought I would try it in today's video. Why not? So I already hauled this in my Action haul, but this is the facial sheet mask that has a Mexican skull design. It deeply moisturizes, hydrates, and refreshes your skin. So I really like the packaging. It has like an Instagram photo on it, which is really cute. So I thought I would try it out in today's video. So you're supposed to leave the mask on for 15 to 20 minutes. Which is usually what you have to do with sheet masks. So I'm really curious to try this out. It smells really good. Alright, so this is what the sheet mask looks like now that it's on. It has a super cool design. It smells really good. It feels very refreshing. But I'm going to let it sink in for 15 minutes and I will be right back. I'm also going to apply my lenses in the meantime because I got some Iris Beauty contact lenses, and these are in the shade Passion, which is a green shade. So I am going to apply them off camera whilst I let this mask sink in, and I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. The mask has been on my face for about 15 minutes and I also popped in my contact lenses. So first I'm going to take off this mask. It feels really good. So the mask definitely feels very hydrating. I think this is a good like base for makeup. So I'm just going to massage the rest into my skin. I think this mask was like 59 cents or something like that, or €1. I don't know. It was really cheap and I really like it. It made my skin feel very soft and very hydrated, which I always like. So I'm going to give my skin a minute to let that soak in. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk about these lenses. So as I said, they are by the brand Iris Beauty and they were sent to me. They are not the cheapest ever. I think these are normally $40 and they're on sale for $30 right now. But I do really like them. It was the first time I ever applied lenses and I was a little bit afraid because when it comes to my eyes, I always get very scared when something gets really close to it. I cannot apply eye drops for the life of me. So I was a little bit scared, but I was able to pop them in after some trial and error, I can tell you that. I think it's just something that you have to practice, but I really like it. I think it's so much fun to change up your eye color. It changes you completely, don't you think? I think I look like a new person. But yeah, I really like these. They have a ton of colors to pick from, and they also gave me a coupon code, which I thought I would share with you guys. It's not an affiliate code. I don't make any money from it, but I do really like these lenses, so I thought I would share it with you guys. So if you use the coupon code Eline45, you get 15% off your order. But they're also having a 30% off promotion right now, so you get 15% on the 30% as well. So that's a lot of discount if you ask me. But yeah, I love this color on me. I think green looks really good with my hair color and stuff like that. So I think they are really fun. Alright, so now moving on to makeup. I have 2 primers to try out today. So the first one is the Max & More Face Primer, Concealing and Refreshing. So again, I already hauled this in that Action haul, but the second one I haven't hauled, and this is the Catrice Instant Blurring Stick. So this is part of their new, what is their new collection called? Active Warrior line. So I picked up 3 products from this line. The first one being the Instant Blurring Stick. So I'm going to give both of these primers a try today. So I am first going to apply the Max & More Face Primer all over my face, and then apply the blurring stick right here where I have a little bit of pores going on. I really love that this comes in a pump. I think that's very hygienic and I really do appreciate that. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on the back of my hand, or a lot, and I'm just going to apply it. So far this does feel very refreshing and hydrating, although I don't see the concealing effect. Like, it doesn't have any tint to it, it doesn't have any coverage. So I don't really get that, but it does feel very hydrating and nourishing, which again, I always appreciate that as well. So this is what the balm looks like. It's basically like a clear balm, and it doesn't have any coverage. So I'm just going to apply it on these areas right here and see if it makes a difference. I'm also going to apply it in my fine lines. I thought this would be gimmicky, but I actually think I see a difference. I actually think it blurred out my pores a little bit. It's not like a huge difference, but I definitely noticed a difference, which is good. I like it so far. So far, so good. So for foundation, I don't have a new one to try, so I'm just going to apply my Essence Fresh and Fit Awake makeup. I have been trying this out even more ever since I posted that video last week, and I must say I really like it. Apply with a beauty blender. It is a great foundation. It stays on all day long. It's not too matte, it's not too cakey. I really love this foundation. So I'm going to apply this using my beauty blender. So again, this isn't a first impressions. I already used this and I know that I love it. Alright, so when it comes to concealer and powder, I also don't have anything new to try, so I'm going to apply it off camera to save some time, and I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. I also applied some bronzer because, again, I don't have a new bronzer to try, but I wanted to move on to my brows because I picked up a new brow pencil by Catrice, and this is the Catrice Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil Waterproof, and this has a 1.5mm applicator, so it is really tiny. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. I picked up the shade medium, which I hope matches me. I usually don't go for pencils, but I thought I would give it a try anyways because I heard a lot of amazing things about it. My mom loves it, so I thought I would give it a try. I'm first going to comb through my eyebrows because they're looking very crazy. Oh, this comes with a spoolie. I didn't have to use mine. Whoops. I'm not the best at eyebrow pencils, so let's hope I can make it work. Right off the bat, I can already see that the color matches me, which is great. It's very creamy, which I like. I don't have to like go over my eyebrows a million times for it to show up. And I love the color. It's not too warm. It has a cool undertone, which is perfect. Alright, I actually think I really like this brow pencil. So this is one eyebrow done. This is the one that's not done. This is a trouble child right here. But it looks really good. I like it. It looks somewhat natural and it was very easy to apply. So I am very impressed. The only thing is that I can see this running out very quickly. But the formula is really good. The color is great. I like this. There was just a piece that broke off, so it might be a little bit too creamy. I don't know. Maybe I applied too much pressure. Okay, so I actually really like how my eyebrows turned out. They look pretty good. They look pretty good, but my eyes are watering right now because I think I didn't blink enough. But I do really like the end result. It does take up a little bit more time than when I use a pomade, but I do really like it, and the color is perfection. So I'm going to set that using my Colourpop Brow Boss Brow Gel. Again, this isn't new. I'm actually almost running out of it. Alright, so before going in with my powder highlight, I am going to use a liquid highlight, and this is the Catrice Epic Active Proof Luminizer. Again, this is from the same Active Warrior collection. So this is what the packaging looks like right here. It is super adorable and pretty. I adore this collection. Look at that, it looks so pretty. Even though I already applied my powder, I do want to apply this on top of it and see if it blends up nicely. I hope so, because otherwise this makeup might be ruined, but we'll see. So I'm just going to apply a line right here and then blend it out using my beauty blender. It is very intense. I like that. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. It also blended out beautifully on top of powder, which is great. It looks so beautiful and dewy. I like this a lot. Right, that looks stunning. I love that. Moving on to blush, I picked up the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Nude Silk. Now, if you have been following me for a while now, you would already know that I love the butter blush, but I actually dropped mine on the floor and it is completely shattered. I can't remember what shade it was, but it was one of the older ones. But this one is actually one of the newer ones that they released. I love the formula. I love the butter bronzer. I love the butter blush. I love, love, love this range. So yeah, I picked up this new shade that's called Nude Silk. It looks absolutely stunning. And to apply this, I also picked up a new Echo Tools brush. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's called the Sheer Blush. It's a duo fiber brush and I'm going to use it to apply the blush. This smells so good. I can't get over this scent. I like this brush, especially for like really pigmented blushes. This will be amazing because it really packs it on very sheerly. But this blush is already a little bit sheer, so I do have to build it up using this brush. But I do really like the result. It is really pretty. I really, really, really like this blush a lot. This shade is so pretty. It blended out super easily. It is super buttery and creamy. I love this formula. Again, I already knew I loved it, but I'm so happy I got a new shade. I also have to pick up a new one of the one that I broke because I just really, really, really love this formula. It's stunning. And I also really like this brush. This will come in handy. Alright, then moving on to highlight. I picked up the Makeup Revolution Highlighting Powder Palette. But this is what the box looks like right here. And then this is what the inside looks like. Typical Makeup Revolution. All of their palettes come in the same packaging. But then this is what it looks like on the inside. So you get three beautiful highlights in here. One that's more on the purpley side, a more like pink toned, and then a yellow toned one. So I think I'm going to go for the middle one right here and see how it applies. I normally don't go for pink toned highlighters, but I actually think this looks pretty pretty. Really pretty. It's very pigmented. As you can tell, it's super pigmented. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but it has a beautiful like pink shift to it. I really like it. It's very cool toned. It has a beautiful pink shift to it. It's very unique in my opinion, but I do really like the formula. I like this palette a lot. Actually, so far, this video is going great. Just going to blend it out using my blush brush because I did go very highlighter happy as I usually tend to do. Alright, so before moving on to the eyes, I am going to set my face. And to do that, I'm going to use my Catrice Makeup Freezing Spray. Again, this is from the same Active Warrior collection. This is what it looks like right here. This packaging is just so adorable. So I'm going to give it a good shake and then I'm going to set my face. Alright, so that felt very refreshing. I may have applied a little bit too much because my skin is literally wet. But the spray is supposed to prolong under of my foundation, so we'll see about that. So whilst I wait for this to dry, I am going to use the Colourpop All I See Is Magic eyeshadow palette. I already hauled this in a Colourpop haul, I think like 2 months ago, because this came out for their holiday collection, so I have had this baby for a while. But even though this came out for their holiday collection, it is still available on their website, so I thought I would give it a try in today's video. The shades in here look super pretty. So this is what the palette looks like right here, and then this is what the inside looks like. So these shades are super pretty and I cannot wait to create a look with this. I have no idea what I'm going to go for, but this looks so beautiful. Alright, so I am first going to set my eyeshadow primer using this shade right here, which is called Treat Yourself. It has a slight sheen to it, but it is super pretty and perfect to set your eyeshadow primer with. For my transition shade, I'm going to use this one, which is called Big Spoon. I just love how Colourpop eyeshadows blend. They blend like a dream. I don't know how to do it for such a low price, but I love their palettes, their single shadows. They're just amazing. So I am just focusing this shade from my inner to outer corners, blending it upwards almost until my brow bone, but not completely, so that this is a beautiful transition shade. And I am just building up the intensity of this color until I am happy with how it's looking like, and I think this is about right. So to darken it up even more, I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Teacup. And I'm just going to focus this shade in the same areas, but just a little bit lower and beneath that transition shade. Taking my initial transition shade brush without any additional eyeshadow, I am going to blend away. And now I am going to add a little bit more of my transition shade to help blend everything together. Well, not together, but just to make it look very seamless. Okay, so before going in with my lid shade, I am going to apply a little bit of the Essence Get Your Glitter On Glitter Primer. I tried this out in that Essence testing video, but someone told me to use it with my fingers. So maybe that will help apply it a little bit easier. So I'm going to do that right now and see if this works better. Honestly, I don't think this makes any difference. It's still slippery. It's still slides everywhere. Also, I have pretty long fingernails, so this isn't like the easiest way to apply it. And then for my lid shade, I have a Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Hiney. This is part of the LauraLee Los Angeles collection, and part of the proceeds go to the NK LA, which is a local shelter. So this is what that looks like right here. It looks like a beautiful coppery shade, and I'm going to use it as a base before going in with another shade. Yeah, this probably won't apply very easily with a brush. I'll have to use my fingers. Ooh, this is a beautiful shade. This is a very, very beautiful shade. Look at that. This looks so metallic. Alright, so then more towards the inner corners, I am going to apply this rose gold shade called 1111. I don't even feel like this is showing up at all. Yeah, it really isn't. Maybe I should wet it a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is apply the shade Wishful Winking, this one right here on my lower lash line, and hope that looks pretty good. I'm a little bit scared this might ruin the look, but we'll see what happens. Alright, like so. I do really like how that looks. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going back in with Treat Yourself to highlight my eyes, my brow bone, and my inner corners. Alright, so I don't have a new mascara to try, so I will apply my mascara off camera and I will be right back. Alright, so my eyes are completely done and all that's left to do is apply my lipstick. So first I'm going to apply my Essence Stay True lip liner. This is in the shade Make Me Blush. If you guys remember, I used this in that testing Essence video as well, so this isn't new. I am not hauling this. But it was kind of a fail, so I want to give it a second chance, and I didn't have a lip liner to try, so I'm going to apply it and hope that this time it doesn't like crack off, so we'll see. Alright, so the second time was definitely a lot better. It didn't crack off. It's super easy to apply. You just can't really use a lot of pressure when you're applying it, but it did apply really easily and didn't crack off, which is great. So now I'm going in with the lipstick, and this is the Essence Color Up Shine On lipstick in the shade 11, which is called Creme Brulee. So this is again one of their newer lipsticks that they released, and this is what it looks like right here. So this lipstick is more on the sheer side, so maybe with the lip liner it will look really pretty, but let's see. I do really like it. I just don't think it goes with the eye makeup that well. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, what do you guys think? The lipstick is really pretty. It is definitely buildable. Like the color payoff is there, so that's good. I just don't feel it with this eye makeup look, so I don't know. So I am going to take this off and apply my Tarte lip paint in the shade Salty. This isn't new, but I do think this will look better with the eye makeup look. By the way, I got these micellar eye makeup remover like towelettes or whatever you call it, and I got this from Aldi. If you live in Belgium or countries nearby, you will definitely know this. This was like less than €1 and they were great. So if you live in a country where there's an Aldi, definitely check these out. They're really great and super inexpensive. Alright, so I think this definitely looks a lot better with this eye makeup, so I am going to apply some of the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Moonchild on top of it. Why not? Alright, so this is the finished makeup look. That wraps up this drugstore try-on haul. Overall, I think I pretty much liked everything, which is crazy. There wasn't anything that I wasn't like super obsessed with. The highlighter palette, I don't think I will reach for it that often because of the shades in here, but otherwise I loved everything. I loved the mask. What really makes this look stand out to me is definitely the lenses that I am wearing. I'm obsessed with how it looks. So yeah, I am really happy with how this makeup look turned out. I love this look, and I'm also like blown away that I loved every single product. I also purchased a few new products from the new Glow collection by Essence, which I thought I would quickly haul as well. So this is the collection right here. I got the Essence Glow Shot highlighting drops, which I have used once, and I really like these. They're really pretty. I will swatch them on my hands. So they're basically like liquid Wow, this is a fat swatch, but this is basically a liquid highlight and it is super pretty. I mean, look at that. So this I would highly recommend. The collection also comes with a setting spray, which I also really like. It does have a lot of perfume in it, which is the only thing that I'm not really obsessed with, but it does set my makeup beautifully and it adds a beautiful glow. Then I have two of the new baked highlighters. So these are the baked metallic highlighters. This one is in the shade Like You're Doing What You Love, which is my favorite one. And this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful like pale gold highlight, and I mean, look at that. It is so metallic, so intense, and I was just blown away. Like, this is so cheap, and look at that quality. And then I also got the shade Like Glitter Is Raining Down on You, which looks like this. Now this is a little bit too dark for my skin tone at the moment, but I will swatch it right here. So this is definitely more on the golden side, and it will be perfect for people with medium to dark skin tones. And then lastly, I picked up the highlighter palette, which is so stunning and so unique. These colors all have a beautiful duochrome to them. So again, I'll swatch a few shades right here. So this is it right here. I have to be completely honest, the palette is my least favorite thing out of this entire collection. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I see myself using the other products more. So I thought I would add that in this video. That way you guys know to run to your local drugstore while this collection is still there, and definitely pick up the baked highlighters. They're beautiful. And yeah, that actually wraps up today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I loved filming it. I loved all the products. So that is absolutely great. I will continue to enjoy these products even more after this video. If you stuck to the end of this video, definitely leave a flying dollar emoji down below in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Come on, bling 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 bling. Okay, there is one hair here that is bugging me so much. I'm just going to pull it out.
Say that it feels right.